Hello.
Twenty-second of April, that is next week online. So I would recommend each and everyone to be register for it, and we will be making sure that all of us attend it and see it. As Toastmaster Nilesh will be participating it and presenting our club at table topic contest as division level. Can we have a big round of applause for him? One more small announcement is that we will be having our first complete offline meeting on 13th of April this month, and the theme would be courtrooms in. Now, some of you might know what it is, some of you might not be knowing what it is. So we will get to know about it on the meeting day itself, and the Toastmaster of the day will be Toastmaster Shreyas from TMCP Central. Apart from that, one more announcement is that we will be having our club level election on 7th of May. So the nomination will start soon. The election committee chair will present what are the requirements that you need to be taking up the notes. So the only requirement for the any excom role is that you have to be a member in good standing. So for those who want to take the leadership role in the next term of our club, please nominate yourself for the role that you think is suited for yourself. Now let us begin with the round of guest introduction. Do we have any guest today, Toastmaster Anish, in online? Uh, Toastmaster guest Lakshay, would you like to introduce yourself? Guest Lakshay, can we unmute him? Yeah, yeah. Would you like to introduce yourself, guest Lakshay? If possible, please can you turn on your video as well? Hello, guest Lakshay. That is completely fine. Can you turn on your microphone and just say who you are and what you do and how you came to know about our meeting?
I'm Lakshmi Jain, and I got to know about this by my parents. I'm 18 years old. Uh,
Yes,
I'm
you're audible.
am I audible?
Yes, you're audible to guest Lakshay.
Okay. My name is Lakshmi Jain, and I'm 18 years old, and I got to know about this by my parents. I had watched few classes before also, and I lovely enjoyed it. I just wanted to know, like, I wanted to join this club. So will it be possible, like, for the next class, can I come offline?
Yes, yes, yes. You are definitely welcome over here. We would like to see you more attending our club meeting. So our physical location is situated in Pimpri Chinchwad, so you can come and visit in person as well. Let us
Okay,
move ahead
thank
with the
you.
next guest. We see guest Shubha. I'm not able to see the name clearly. Guest Shubhangi, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So, hello everyone. Very good morning. So, here is CA Shubhangi Sharma. So, I currently working with BDO India LLP as a assistant manager. This and in free time, I like to hear music and play badminton. That's all about me. Thank you.
That is great. We welcome our guest. Do we have any other guest, Master Anish? Okay, thank you. We welcome all of the guests and we will make sure that you enjoy today's meeting. Now, I would like to share a very good quote that I have been hearing from my throughout childhood. The quote is like it goes like this in Marathi. देणाऱ्याने देत जावे, घेणाऱ्याने घेत जावे. देता देता एक दिवस घेणाऱ्याचे हात घ्यावे. Now, when I was a child, I did not understand what it basically means because I had watched the movie Sholay. So I thought like taking hand is basically means you take someone's hand. But that's not what it means. It basically has a very simple meaning, which basically says that if you are able to give anything that is possible from your end, give as much as you can. And one day it will come that the person who has been receiving from you will take the abilities of you and he will start giving to others. And that's how the process continues. That's how the chain continues. And today our theme somehow I feel resonates it like this. So I will not be spilling the bean about it. And I would like to hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sucheta. Can we have a big round of applause, sir, for us? Over to you.
Hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes,
Thank
you
you
are.
so much for the insightful presiding note, President Chandrashekhar. Greetings to you. Good morning, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, dear guest. Today, I'm playing a role of Toastmaster of the Day. So I'm delighted to welcome you all our 433rd chapter meeting of Pune Northwest Club. And I'm honored to announce our theme for today is Grateful Hearts, Abundant Minds. As throughout the meeting, we will be experiencing the power of grateful heart, gratitude, and abundant, in which the grateful hearts is the key of happiness and the success, and abundant minds empower us to achieve that fullest happiness. So let's embark on the journey of this to self-development and personal growth together. My dear friends, as the thought comes about gratitude, grateful hearts, and abundance to my mind, there is one beautiful anecdote comes to me, and I am delighted to share with you today. 4 years ago, when I was navigating challenges of new motherhood and juggling working responsibilities. That day, I was coming back from the office along with my 9-month-old in the car. I was using office creative facilities to make the work-life balance. My office was 18 kilometers far from my hometown. And that evening, I was driving and I was stuck into the traffic. My car was stranded between middle of the lanes. The weather was gloomy, dull. The moment my daughter started crying, cranking heavily, and she just wanted to open up from the car seat with. And I was feeling helpless at that time. The moment I tried to unbuckle the seat belts, the traffic moved forward for 6 picoseconds. So my back drivers started honking. So I'm not able to open my seat belts and take care of my baby. She was crying heavily. And that moment, a fortunate encounter happened to me. And there is one lady who was traveling along with his partner. She was continuously witnessing my hustling and bustle. She knocked me. My dear, I can help you with that. For some moment, I will take the lead of your car, and meanwhile, you can calm down your daughter. My dear friend, that time I felt like guardian angel sent to my rescue. So I accepted her help. Somehow, I was able to cope up with the situation with her help. If she were not there, I could not manage that situation. After that time, I showed the gratitude. Thank you, ma'am. You are amazing, and thank you so much for the help. I was literally feeling devastated that time because because I was going through this a lot that time. And that time she said, "Little Maggie, don't worry, don't worry. Your help will come to you every time because you are doing amazing job. You are pursuing your career as well as your personal life perfectly. Don't worry. Always remember one thing. Don't quit, because there are women who quit their careers because of they don't want to face this kind of challenge. Be stick to that. Don't lose the hope, and always cultivate the zeal towards the growth." My dear friends, that lady became angel of my life. Whenever I feel such kind of situations, she always comes in front of me gracefully. "Are you losing?" I said, "No." "Then go ahead, get up and start your journey." And I wanted to utilize this platform to thank her. "Ma'am, you have made a profound impact, and your words has remained etched in my mind whenever I feel such kind of hustling situations." My dear friends, this was my gratitude story, grateful story. And I'm really grateful to everyone who has helped me to put next step towards my growth. Do you have any someone in your life you can resonate? You want to say thanks that you helped me a lot? Can I have some hand raised if you have? Perfect. So I wanted to tell you, please utilize this platform to share the gratitude story or some thanks note in this meeting. I kept in front of the seat this color pencils, this blank paper, which will fill your thanks. And there are some sparkling color and the sketch pens. So if you wanted to say thanks to the person who has sparkled your life or helped you to sparkle your life, or if you want to say thanks who has filled a color into your life, please write down the thank you. And for the online journals, I request you, please grab and pen paper. Don't lose this opportunity. You will never get it again. So without, please, thank you. It's great. So now, without doing further ado, I wanted to introduce the agenda and the functionalities of today's meeting. Yes. So for the functionalities, for the benefit of the guest, our meeting will be divided into 3 segments. First segments will be the prepared speeches, where we have one speaker. Or Ashutosh is online? Okay. So we have 2 speakers who will speak about some objectives, and the evaluator will evaluate them. And the third will be the table topic masters, in which the people all the team members, including guests, can enhance their impromptu speaking with contributing. And the third will be the evaluation and the moment of glory, in which the evaluation will be happening, and we will get a wonderful suggestion from the team, from our general evaluators and the speaker evaluators, and later we will have a moment of glory. So now, for the role players, I would like to take opportunity to announce our first role player is General Toastmaster Anis, as a general evaluator whose occupation is manager by profession, and his hobby is geopolitics, music, and decoding the music. Please give the big round of applause to the Toastmaster Anis.
Presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters, and dear Toastmaster of the day, and dear guest, I will be playing the role of general evaluator today. Like every speaker has an evaluator, every meeting should have a general evaluator. That is my role today. I'll be evaluating the meeting in general. I'll be observing what goods and bads and do's and don'ts us role players have done, and I'll be presenting them with certain recommendations. I'll present my report at the end of the meeting. Until then, back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anish. Now I would like to introduce a timer who will time our meeting today. Toastmaster Suraj Oge His profession is sales and the with consultant. His hobbies is cooking, reading about technologies. Please give the big round of applause to the Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you. Thank you. Dear presiding officer, Toastmasters of the day, dear fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests, good morning. And first of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to play a role like timer. Since you all know time is money, so we should finish each and every event in the dedicated time. So, to introduce myself, my name is Suraj, and I'll be keeping a track of time of each speaker. So for icebreaker speeches, it should not exceed 4 to 6 minutes. For table topics, it should not exceed the 2 minutes. And for the general speeches, it should not exceed the time limit of 5 to 7 minutes. And once called by Toastmasters of the day, I'll provide my timer report as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suraj. Now it's time to introduce our grammarian, Toastmaster Insia, who is behavioral therapist by profession, and his hobby is watching web series and coloring mandala.
Uh, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, so good morning, Toastmaster of the day, presiding officer, Toastmasters, guests. A very good morning. Today I would be playing the role of the grammarian, where my duty would be to make sure the good usage and not noting down the good usage and not so good usage of the language. Also, I would be giving you the word of the day and phrase of the day for today, which you would be using profusely in the meeting. Now, the word of the day for today is profuse. Just a second. The word of the day is profuse. The meaning would be large in amounts, and the synonyms would be abundance. Example for the same would be my learnings from Toastmaster journey is profuse. He offered profuse apologies for being late. Now, I would request any of the Toastmasters and the guests to use the same.
We have Toastmaster Anish, he would like to use.
I profusely apologize for starting our today's meeting late, but however, there were some uncontrolled circumstances because of which we could not manage it on time.
Perfect.
Do we have anybody else who would like to use the word of the day in online or offline mode? Okay, let's move ahead. Now, we have the phrase of the day for today, which is day in, day out. So, meaning for the same is continuously or repeatedly over a long period of time. So, for example, I practiced for my table topic contest day in, day out for the last few weeks. So, is there anybody who would like to use the phrase of the day for today?
Yes, Toastmaster Insia, we have Toastmaster Deep. He wanted to utilize the phrase of the day.
Sure.
On this platform, I would like to share a great message today. Whatever we practice, act, and behave day in and day out will ultimately becomes our habits. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deep. We also have somebody online, Shubhangi. Yes. Shubhangi, you're on mute.
Yeah, thanks to inform Insia. So whatever we are doing hard day in and day out, it will surely reflect in a personality in a positive manner, or if you are doing in a wrong way, so it is in negative manner. So it's all upon day in, day out hard work.
Thank you. That was a great usage.
Can I try?
Yes, yes,
Toastmasters.
Toastmaster Nikhil.
So I'm trying day in, day out to improve my public speaking skills through Toastmaster journey. Thank you.
Great. That was a good usage. I hope that everybody used the word of the day and phrase of the day profusely. And with this, back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Insia. I will also appreciate if everyone will show their gratitude in, day out. Now, it's time to take a role player script of for our counter Toastmaster Nikhil. He is QA manager by profession, and his hobbies is playing guitar and watching Netflix. Can we have this partner?
Hello, can you hear me? And I hope I'm
Yes.
visible. Okay. Okay. Good
Yes, you're
morning,
audible and
presiding.
visible.
Good morning, presiding officer, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. My name is Nikhil, and I'll be playing the role of R counter today. As a R counter, my job is to count unnecessary filler sound and unnecessary filler words used as a crutch by speakers and role players. So let me give you some examples of unnecessary filler sounds like ah, and unnecessary long pauses also will be counted as a unnecessary filler sound. And unnecessary fillers words are like but, also, like, and. So I would encourage all speakers and role players uh, to not to use unnecessary filler sounds and filler words. So that's it from my side. I will share my report at the end of this meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhil. Thank you so much, all role player, to explaining their role thoroughly. Now it's time to have our first session for the prepared speeches. For that, we have our first speaker today, Toastmaster Deep. To evaluate Toastmaster, so we have first speaker, Toastmaster Deep. He is pharmaceutical physician and his profession is reading music and meditation. Can we have a big round of applause for the Toastmaster Deep?
Good morning, Mr. President, your Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the day, and my dear guest. Let me ask you one simple question. How many of you are a good readers? Can you please show your hands? You're a good reader, day in, day out, on daily basis. Thank you for your feedback. My next question to you: how many of you are good listeners? Let me listen from you, day in, day out. Thank you, Toastmaster Anish and TMOD, for showing your actively your hands. Let me share with you something. All of us know very well a good reader is a good leader. But have you ever heard in your life a good listener can be a much greater leader, right? What is the big reason why I'm saying this? By reading and by listening, we actually take the information, we take the insights, we learn. We learn and we can lead our life with those habits. I know all of you read something somewhere. but I'm not sure how often you listen it actively. So the habit I'm talking about is not about just listening. Do you know there is a great difference between two things? One is hearing, another is listening. As I said, there is a great difference. Do you know what is that great difference? Hearing is done by an ordinary audience. They're just sitting there, they're probably not attentive. But exactly opposite of that is actively listening to the things. The word actively starts with act. So act means you are attentive, act means you are acting. Whether you are understanding or not understanding, irrespective of that, at least you are paying your attention, and that attention is actually activeness which you are showing towards the listening to the speaker. There is a great quote. Listening to the speaker is the great respect given to the speaker. If you are listening attentively, I mean to say actively, it means you are respecting that speaker. And ultimately, you are going to be benefited out of that act is that you are going to learn because you must again agree with me. Every speech, every speaker gives you at least a single message out of his speech, which may probably change your life. It may be a game changer for your life. That's why active listening, I personally follows, and I believe everybody should follow. The difference between hearing and the difference between listening should be very well observed every time to lead in your life. Now, next, I would like to give you something. There are few steps to become an active listener because you must be probably wondering, we are listening on day in and day out. Is there any way to become an active listener? Yes, solar system, everybody knows. I will give you one acronym, big acronym. SOLAR. So S stands for smile. But civilly. So what does it mean? Whenever any speaker is speaking something, try to just merge with him. Just try to have the attention by showing your uh, gesture of smile. Right? That's one thing. Next is a yum. Yum is being in the mood of the speaker. If speaker is serious, you can also become speaker, showing your attentiveness. Next is your interest. Yes, your interest can be shown again by just showing your gesture of that listening. Next is very, very important, and that is L. L stands for leaning. Leaning towards the speaker. I mean, just trying to get what he is actually speaking. Or it can be listening attentively. That is the L. And last, I think that is the ultimate key. Encourage a person in front of you to talk. Show him that you are listening attentively, you are paying your attention, and you are just listening to him and respecting him, right? And ultimately, all these are the characteristic features of an active listener with the solar, smiling, having openness. Yeah. O in this solar stands for the openness. So O means that you are just ready to get the knowledge out of the speaker, whatever he may be speaking. And last R is that relaxed. You're relaxed. It doesn't mean that you are just paying your attention likewise. No. Relaxed means you are open, you are listening, you are attending his speech. And that are the great steps to become the active listener. So my final message out of my speech today is that be the active listener, learn in your life, and be the leader of your life. Thank you for patient listening to me. Over to Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deep, for the amazing speech. Surely we believe that active listening can change our life. Now it's time to have our next speaker, Toastmaster Raghvendra. Toastmaster Raghvendra, he is project manager by profession And his hobby is chess and listening music. And his pathway is dynamic leadership and negotiate outcomes. And the title is Getting to Yes. To evaluate the Toastmaster Chandrashekhar speech, Toastmaster Raghvendra's speech, we have Toastmaster Chandrashekhar, President Toastmaster Chandrashekhar. Please give the big round of applause.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. The speaker is attempting his level 3 project 1, negotiate outcomes. The objective was learn different types of negotiation and strategies and share some aspect uh, of a past or a future negotiation. I wish all the best to the speaker and back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Please welcome Toastmaster Raghvendra.
How many of you believe that your employer is paying you less? Please raise your hand. That's a common problem of all the employees. An employer is thinking they are paying much more than what we deserve. Mr. President, fellow Toastmaster of the day, and dear guests, good morning. I have been working in my organization for past 4 years, and I haven't received my appropriate raise in these 4 years for various reasons. But last year, few of my colleagues with whom I joined as a graduate engineer in my organization, they both got raise, and I haven't. That little bit felt demotivated for me. And this year, I thought when this year's appraisal cycle will come, I'm going to ask for it. And for like for asking appraisal and asking for what I deserve, I need to be prepared for it. So for that, I started studying how to negotiate your appraisal, how to get your outcome, what you wanted to ask for, and how to convince your manager. After various studies, I found out this simple formula. First, deliver your compelling pitch about why want to you ask for this raise. Next, ask the question again. When you will be pitching for why want you raise, there will be a cost questioning, and pre-intentively prepare for them, and finally close with a compelling argument. This couple of months back, we had our appraisal cycle. I went to our manager's cabin and we started our simple, how is your performance, how are you feeling? We close our standard performance discussion, and at the end, ask for it. Sir, it's been 4 years and I want my, and what about raise and appraisal? He said, okay, we will think about it and we will let you know. Sir, I told him, sir, it's been 4 years and I deserve it. I have been working very hard. My colleagues who have joined with me as a project engineer, they got raised, and I have been shifted from project engineer to project management, and I have been handling a much tougher job than those two. I deserve this raise. I have handling much more customers, vendors, and communication, and all the customer feedback is positive. All my net deliverables are about our benchmark, about 90% of benchmark. You will get very positive feedback, my colleagues and everyone. And without this raise, I have been feeling very much demotivated. I have compared this salary with my peers, and this is very not what they are getting. Finally, my manager told me, okay, Raghvendra, come back after 2 years, we will have a discussion about it. 2 weeks back, I went back in his cabin and he handed over my letter of appraisal. My dear friends, in your life, you will get so many such kind of a situation, be in your current life with the family, when you have to negotiate some decision with your wife, your children, in your office, with your colleagues, with your manager, be in your Toastmaster life, when you are dealing with your as a VIP education with your members, and as a VP education and VP membership with the members for roles and membership. How many of you, almost all of you, must read this book by Dale Carnegie's Seven Habits of Highly Effective People? One of habit in that book is mentioned is win-win situation. How to come out to the negotiation so that both parties have win-win situation that both parties will agree. In that, one thing he mentioned is that when you preparing your argument or you are applying for your negotiation, look in the other parties, think from other parties' shoes. You will you will find what are shortcomens in other point. Don't think in your for your with your own eyes. Look what are pros and cons in this discussion and argument, and you will find what an other person's idea behind why he is lacking behind this argument. And when you prepare your argument for negotiation, you will come out with the positive yes that we can close this deal. Use this mantra of collecting facts, ask question, prepare forehand, and present a compelling argument so that you can close your negotiation. Thank you. All to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raghvendra. Yes, surely we will do our homework before going ahead for our next negotiation around with the manager. Now let's take a pause for 30 seconds to write the feedback for the speakers. You can WhatsApp or you can write the chat message in the chats. And we will have the evaluations in our third session. Now let's time to have vote for the best speaker. So for the in-person, I will take a lead to note down the best speakers. So first, so before the voting, let's take a timer report. Now I would like to call the timer Suraj to have the timer report.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. So just to present my report, both the speakers qualified for the evaluation and voting. So Toastmaster Deep took 6 minutes and 4 seconds, and Toastmaster Raghvendra took 5 minutes and 37 seconds. Thank you.
Perfect. So we can do the voting for the both speakers. Do we have an online poll for the voting? Yes. So now I would like to request you, please down your heads and vote for the speaker number 1, Toastmaster Deep. Okay. Now for Toastmaster Raghvendra. We got the votings for both speakers. Hope we have received the results from the online. Thanks. Now it's time to have a break for 5 minutes. Yes, we can mute. Actually, general evaluation role cancel. The break. Dear Toastmasters, gratitude makes sense of past and it gives peace to present and vision for the future. Now in the start, I asked you, do you have to show before going to the second session of our speeches? Do we have anyone who wants to show or read out the gratitude which you have written to your wall? Can we have some volunteers? So let's start with our President Toastmaster Chandrashekhar. Give the big round of applause because he is going to say a big thanks with heartfelt attitude.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. And I would like to thank my school teacher, Bhavankar ma'am, for what she has done for me. I can't even imagine it. Thank you so much, Bhavankar ma'am, for all these things. The story that it is goes is like that. When I was in school, I was sitting in like front or second row of the bench, and I was not able to see clearly. Now, at that time, I did not know that my eyesight was weak, but somehow my teacher got to know that my eyesight is weak, and she took me to the doctor, and I got to know that my number of that was like really, really high. I was almost like 3.5 at that time, and till that time, I did not even know. So I would like to thank my teacher because she recognized that I was facing through something, and I was able to get the glasses at that time. She paid for each and everything, and she has been really helpful throughout my life. I would like to give a big thank you to her. And back to the Toastmaster of the day.
How are you feeling, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, now? Perfect. So that was the intention. Now, do we have another volunteer from online who wants to show their gratitude to their loved ones who sparkle their life or color their life?
Am I?
Yes, yes, Shubhangi, yes, please.
Yeah, so I'm grateful for each and every person who come in my life till the journey from schools, from born. First is my mom, always. She always motivate me where I am and where I will be. And the second is teachers. So they always motivate me to do the best and whatever I have in bucket. Apart from that, additionally. Apart from that, I always thankful to the person who met me with my CA journey because I am from very middle class family. So it's really grateful for all the person who come touch with me and give me that background, my articleship firm, and now previously my manager in Grant Thornton where I have worked in 3 years. After that, I start journey with BDO. So grateful for the seniors who have informed me about this platform and just motivate me to touch it with the Toastmaster group. So I am very grateful for all the person in my life, each and everyone. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Thanks a lot for sharing, Shubhangi. Yes, alone we cannot do anything. We always need a support from someone. So the gratitude is the thing where we can remind ourselves those who have supported us. So we can have one more if anyone wants to volunteer to share. Tulsi, please. All of them? We have time? Okay. We are going to have all of them. Those who have not written, please take down the pen. Don't miss the opportunity.
I want to thank my sisters who are there for every time for this Toastmasters journey and growth, for speech delivery, to ask the people to take the roles, and my irritation when people are backing out. I am not coming. I am not coming. And I am shouting out loud, and they are listening to me patiently, and they are saying that this is the time where you can learn the management, how to bound the people, how to force the people to join the meeting. So this is the motivation I'm getting from them, as well as I am a kind of shy girl, and I am very underconfident. Confidence. I was slowly. I am gaining confidence to make contacts, gather confidence and speak on this stage or someone else. So I just want to thank them. I have three sisters, but my little one is very younger than me. My two sisters are very supportive. Always they are supporting me in every field, like professional, personal, or like we are going somewhere, traveling, what we have to do, how to take the lead. In every field they are supporting me, and my family is also very supportive. My mother is very supportive. So I'm thankful for all my sisters, my mother, my father, and this is that's all. And I am also thankful for this platform who has given me to boost my confidence. So I am very happy that I came to know about this platform from them, because they are in IT sector and I am a kind of different sector. So people are not like coming from banking sector. So I came to know about this platform from them as well. So I am thankful for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tulsi. How are you feeling? Amazing. Yes. Yes. Sisters are blessings, actually. Unfortunately, I don't have sister. I have 17 brothers. I grown up in a joint family surrounded with the brothers and the mechanical engineer where I am hardly, whenever I see a girl, I feel like I wish she is my sister. Okay, so moving ahead, do we have another one? Yes, we have so many. Now we can start with Nilesh.
Okay, you can sit down maybe because I'm going to take a lot of time. Why? Because if I take one or two names, then it will be not fair. Because since my childhood, there are n number of people who helped me in many ways, and I feel that it's a great platform now for me because I have never thought to give them compliments or maybe say something about them. You may not know them, but with the stories which I'm going to tell you now, you will be able to relate with your stories as well. Since my childhood, my mom was not well, and she was hospitalized for more than 3 years when I born. More than 3 years, she was in hospital. My grandparents, they took care of me. They made sure that they are giving me food, and they are taking care of me, and they're helping me to enjoy my childhood because there was no one with me. After that, my mom was well, and then she started taking care of me. Then obviously, I started with my schooling. In my schooling, my parents were there, my mom, my dad, they helped me, they gave me proper education. And after that, things were little weird with my life, and somehow had to left my family as well because of some personal reasons. But then there were my friends who took care of me again. They gave me shelter, they gave me their time because there were a number of things which I wanted at that time because there was no one. Like I was not even working at that time. Somehow I got job after completing my education. For my education as well, my aunts, my relatives helped me. Somehow I was able to complete my graduation, got a job. After job, again friends gave me opportunities to hang out with them because there was no friends with me because I left my everything in my hometown. I got a job. In job again, my boss, my current boss, she stood with me through thick and thin because there was a number of time wherein I was feeling low. There was no confidence because of some personal, some professional reasons as well. But then she said that, Nilesh, don't worry. I know that you will be able to make it. I have a confidence on you. She always boosted my confidence, stood with me, and I started as an individual contributor. She gave me an opportunity every now and I made sure that whatever people are doing for me, the trust, the humanity they're showing towards me, I should make sure that I'm repaying that in any or other way. And the same thing I did throughout my journey. So still, since last 8 years, I'm working in the same organization. Although I've got a lot of opportunities as well, but I feel that if someone trusted me since last 8 years, I should not break that trust. Uh, During the process, as I said, since my childhood till today, uh, thank you to everyone. I feel that this is a great platform, as I said earlier, and I'm not going to leave any one of them. They will be still with me, and they will be with me till the last my breath. Thank you so much. Over to you, Evan.
Amazing. This was amazing. You're a fighter, Toastmaster Nilesh. And now let's listen more heartful gratitude from our Toastmaster Raghvendra.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, as Toastmaster Nilesh told, like I have similar for my parents, my family member, my brothers, as well as my friends and my fellow colleagues in Toastmasters. I'm very grateful to have you all in our my life, because alone human are a social person. We alone can't do anything. We alone will be sitting around and will get bored. But the peace and the enjoyment bring in our life is the people surrounding us. And all of you are bringing some be enjoyment, be fun, also some learning and growth to our in my life. And that is keeping me motivated to grow, work hard day by day, and grow myself and to contribute. So you contribute and reciprocate what you added be in my life uh, to your also life. So I am very thankful about all of you, like our told VP Education presidents, Toastmaster of the day, preparing hard for this meeting, conducting these meetings. Uh, for those are not present here, my past Toastmaster colleague Manpreet, Vinod sir, everyone, from them motivating and encouraging for me to take up roles and everything. So I'm very grateful for all of this. Thank you.
Yes, perfect. When someone help us, we get motivated. We have a vision to move forward. That has been done with Toastmaster Raghvendra. Now for the last, because we have to move ahead for our table topic speeches, I just need last gratitude. Toastmaster Anish, would you like to take a lead?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. As Toastmaster Nilesh and Toastmaster Raghvendra said, that thanking everyone is important, and life, I feel, is a journey. In that journey, be it your success, be it your failure, all of these events are like milestones. And for each milestones, there will be one guide, one guru, be it your success, be it your failure. There will always be someone to guide you through it. I want to take this opportunity to thank all my gurus. Not necessarily they are my teachers. They have come in various forms, be it a friend, be it a female friend, be it a male friend, be it an elderly person, be it an actual teacher, be it a brother, be it parents. Form can be different. But one thing which all of those people did was guide me through to get through the darkness, guide me through to that tunnel where light emerges. Talking about all of them might not be doing justice to this time, but one thing or the one theme that I do resonate is my family. Whatever be the challenge, my family always stayed with me. I was down, I was out, I was low. I always struggled with exams, be it CPA, CA, the accounting examinations, be it getting a job, be it not getting a job, be it clearing exams, be it not clearing exams. They have always been there with me. And I know for sure that they are going to be with me until end of time. So I want to take this opportunity and thank them for all that they have done and all that they are going to do. Parents, brother, thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anish. Foundation is very important, and our family is our foundation. Now let's moving ahead to our exciting segment of table topics. I would like to introduce Toastmaster Chandrakant, who will be driving us to our exciting table topics. I would like to tell you to our guest, please participate because this is a platform where you can where you can enhance your impromptu speaking. Toastmaster Chandrakant is a IT professional and his hobby is reading and listening music. Toastmaster Chandrakant. Can you have a big round?
I hope I'm audible. We always see powerful people around us, but only few are great. And the only one difference between both of these is gratitude. The great people always have a gratitude. What they have doesn't matter. There are a lot many problems in their life, but still they have a gratitude for all the problems that they have. So with this, let's discuss what exactly it is. Gratefulness and abundant mind. So we'll discuss this through table topics. But before that, let me give idea about table topics, especially for the benefit of guest. Table topic is it's impromptu speech where I will give you a random topics and you have to speak for a 2 minute. The timings will be like this. Of first 1 minute is a green indication. It will indicate that you are qualified for that particular as a contestant. A second will be it's a warning sign. It's amber at 1:30, and the last one is a red. It will be at exactly after 2 minutes. But you will have a 30 seconds to conclude your speech. Okay. So with this, I'm going to start this topic. Any volunteer for this? Yeah. The first Master Raghvendra, just pick any number, random number from 1 to 10.
6.
Okay. Your topic is, it's quite long as this. Basic needs. Do you not have to worry about meeting today? First Master Raghvendra, the basic needs, you don't have to worry about them to meeting today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Food, shelter, clothes, human being basic needs. And do you think we not need to worry about it? I think we need to worry about it. That's why they are called basic needs. I want to ask Toastmaster Chandra, can you live without food? I want to ask Toastmaster Nilesh, can you live without clothes? You have a good body. You have a good body. I want to ask Toastmaster Anish, can you live without a shelter? So we need to worry about these basic needs: food, clothes, and shelter. And today in this world, we are growing, but there are lots of people who still can't afford these basic needs. And they are worrying, but as a human being, for humanity, we also need to worry about those people. There are people who are dying for starvation, who are dying with the cold because they don't have proper stuff, shelter and clothes. There are various NGOs who are working for these things. We also, as a human, need to contribute as much as possible for us. We have a used clothes, those we can't use. We can donate for other people. We are having family functions where foods are left out. We can donate those things. Let's work toward and have this reduction in the death due to starvation and the colds. Over to you, the topic master.
It was great. Like we have everything, but we should do for others also. That was very wonderful thought that you put. So now I'd like to ask someone else, any other volunteer. Yeah. Okay, as just go for any number. Okay. Your name? Okay. Toastmaster Nilesh, topic for you is what is working versus what is not working. Toastmaster Nilesh, what is working versus what is not working.
Can you give me 30 seconds to think? Thank you.
presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. One day, I was traveling to my office, and somehow on the way, my bike got stuck. Something was not working. I was trying to figure out what is going on, but I was late for my office. So I was very much nervous because I had important meeting to attend. I called one of my friend. He was also he's working with me. He was on the way. I called him. I was like, "Where are you?" He said that Nilesh, I'm on the way. I told him that I'm stuck here. Can you please pick me up? He was just beside me. It was working for me. We both somehow managed and went to office. When I went to office, it was Zoom meeting basically. Our onshore was also there on the Zoom call. Technical glitch, we were able to get to Zoom. Something was not working again. Since we shown some perseverance because we wanted to anyhow attend that meeting because it was mainly for both of us because we were the protagonist of that particular meeting. Because it was around us, it was basically about our appraisal, and we were waiting for onshore's input. When we somehow joined the meeting, we realized that our onshore functional head was not in the meeting because even he got stuck in another meeting. Something again, it was not working with them. Ultimately, it was not making sense to me to continue with that meeting because our main functional head was not there, and without their input, nothing was going to happen because we wanted to say something. Like I wanted to say something about my performance, which maybe he was aware of and not other managers. Waited for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, functional head came, and then he started with his discussion. He was complimenting me, giving his feedback, and then he just said that Nilesh, throughout this last 6 months, everything worked for you. I think you have done a great job. So thank you so much for your contribution. At the end, everything was working for me. Over to you. Over to you.
Yeah, it's at the end, everything works. So that is the way actually life goes. Okay, now I like to call any guest. Yeah.
Tanika Maj.
Sainika, just select any number between 1 and 10, excluding 6 and 2. 1. Topic for you is hard lesson that you were grateful to learn. Yes, Sainika, hard lesson that you were grateful to learn.
So, good afternoon, first of all, to the president, the Toastmaster of the day, the other Toastmasters, and dear guests. So, my topic for today is hard lessons that I was grateful to learn. Uh, I am a chartered accountant. So, in the journey, there are many struggles. Like, we have to face so many exams. Like you said, like there are so many failures, so many lessons that we get to learn. But the thing is, when I was in my finance attempt, I've cleared everything in my first attempt. But during the finance attempt, I had an habit that things will work out automatically because it always the things always worked out before, like during the 10, 12, the boards and everything. And therefore, I got in habit to do things at the last moment. During the finance, I tried to study, but at the end of my mind, it was like things will work out at the last moment. The results came out. I cleared the first group in the first attempt, but the second group I didn't clear, unfortunately, by some marks. I got to know that, yes, I have to work hard. This strategy of doing things at the last moment is not right. So I studied for the next 6 months. And yeah, I cleared the group in that attempt. I was finally a chartered accountant. So this was the lesson that I was really very grateful to learn, that you have to be very consistent and very disciplined. You cannot take things for granted. You always have to work hard and not waste time. Time is very, very important. You have to respect that. Thank you so much.
It was very great appreciation for experience that you got and you added it to your life. So now I would like to ask online guest. Yes, Shubhangi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just select any number excluding 1, 6, and 2.
Number 3.
8.
3.
Okay. Yes, Shubhangi. Your topic is everyday enjoyable experience you take for granted. Yes, Shubhangi. Everyday enjoyable experience you take for granted.
Yeah. Just give me a seconds. So think about the. Yeah. So hi everyone. Thank you, everyone. So give me the opportunity to just share my thoughts in regards to the we can say one topic. And yeah, it is very important. Whatever you learn today, you can add on this thing in your personality for tomorrow. So every time what we are just thinking at that time when we start our career in CA, so and study we are very hurdles with all the late night sitting and early morning walking up and just doing all the day study. That time I just think it is what I am doing. Once I pass out the CA, then just might be miracle will be happen and my life is very smooth and I will achieve, I will do whatever I'm doing. So I just with this motivation I just pass out the CA. After qualifying CA, I start my job with first organization, that is Grant Thornton, where I in very first day in my career, I never awake late night for the study. I always try to get up early in the morning. But when my job is started, so that time I just wake up till 2 a.m. in the night because of some working, because I joined in March month. So that time is very curious for us, very crucial for us to work upon the things for audit profile. So that time I just got to know ki, boss, learning as well as we can say the hurdles never stop in your life, but the one thing which you can just grab from all of this is lessons. So every time you just did some mistake, or every time you just give some good or some achievements, so I just learned this thing might be after 1 year 2 year of my career after passing the CA. So I just learned this thing, everything give you the learning, whether it is the good things or whether it is the bad thing, whether it is the negative things. So my manager is very hard and uh, she always try to be humiliate us, we can say, not the good word might be, but yeah. So she always try, but once I just go, uh, profile come as my assistant manager, I just got to know, yeah, she is very right. Because if that time she not hard me, she not give me hard words, so might be that not touch in my heart and I will be not anytime a good manager. Because sometimes the lesson which you learn from your life, it's always help you to take up it forward in a good manner, because you always learn the negativity of that thing, negative things in that, and you never try to continue that thing. So because of that only I might be able to touch up this thing with my heart and never try to. So this is all about whatever you have learned, uh, uh, whatever you have done incredible things, it will give you learning. So that's it from my side. Thank you.
Yeah, that was really good. Like we always consider that our life is like a highway, no breaks or anything, but it goes that way. So now anyone from online Toastmasters from online?
Hello,
Yeah,
can I try?
yeah. Toastmaster Nikhil, select any number excluding 6 to 1, 3.
2.
Yeah.
2. Number 2.
Which?
Number 2.
Just exclude 6 to 1, 3.
7.
Okay. Yeah. Topic is opportunities are limited or plenty of. Toastmaster Nikhil, opportunities are limited or plenty of.
So give me some 30 seconds to think. Okay. So I think if we want to live our life the best, if we want from our life, if we want to be happy and successful in our life, then we should have a proper goal in our life, a dream in our life. So and that dream should not be like something can be achieved in couple of months. Dream should be big, energizing, and it should be fresh. And when you try to achieve that dream, you should convert that dream into multiple small input goals. And when you do this, you are always focused towards your success, towards your destination. And when you do that, you are always alert to the opportunities. Whenever you have a dream, you have a goal, and you know what you want to achieve, you will prioritize things and you will deprioritize things which are not important to your goals. And whenever you see opportunities are there, and definitely you will grab those opportunities. You will not wait for opportunities to land in your laps. You create opportunities. So I think goals are very important. Those goals will focus you to think about opportunities. And finally, when you take more and more risk in your life, more and more failures you will face, and more opportunities you will seize, and you face more and more fears in your life, finally you will definitely achieve your goal. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster, Angle Topic Master. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhil. So now, Toastmaster. You have number 4, 8, and 10. Topic is strength you thankful for. Toastmaster Dream. Strength you thankful for.
Hope I'm audible and visible to online audience. Strength for which I am thankful for. SWOT analysis was the thing which I learned when I jumped into medical marketing being a doctor. Medical marketing is something that you are going to analyze the various pharmaceutical products, their strength, their weakness, their opportunities in the market, and wait for that product in the market. Making that SWOT analysis, I developed my own SWOT analysis in my life. I started thinking about, can I really have something in my life which is strength of me, for which I can strengthen it. I can strengthen my strength. Is there any weakness in my life? So that I can limit my weakness. I can strengthen the strength, I can limit the weakness. Third, as per this SWOT analysis in my life, which I applied was the opportunity. Toastmaster Club, Pune Northwest was an opportunity for me, which I grabbed immediately. Then I came to know from Toastmaster of the club that this is a platform where I can learn and lead in my life in order to get the communication and leadership development thing. Now, talking about the threat. Threat for me is always and always that belief or that thoughts which maybe on an occasion came into my mind. Vedo, can I strengthen my strength? May I be able to strengthen it? Or may I be successful to limit my weaknesses? Right. That's why my current objective, or I can see the motto in my life, is to work upon my strengths in my life so that I can lead in my life. Over to table topics.
So now the last topic. Anyone want to grab that opportunity? So it's the last, so I'm not giving an opportunity. I'm just giving. Topic is change is to embrace or fear.
The topic says change is to embrace or fear. But the only thing that comes in my mind after hearing the word change is the funny skit that I watched just recently. And that skit revolves around Pune only. So the bus conductor says that की ज्यांच्याकडे change आहे त्यांनी बसमध्ये बसा बाकी उतरून जा. Which basically means if you have change, then only sit in bus, otherwise leave. The guy sits and he gives him the 500 rupees and says that give me a ticket to some place which is just like 5 or 10 rupees nearby. And the bus conductor says, I don't have change. And the guy says, you go down from the bus. So can you see the analogy over here? Because the bus conductor doesn't have the change, and because he has said it, so he has to step down from the bus. And that was the first reaction to my the word change that I see. Now in our life also we go through a lot of changes. As we say in scientific term also, change is the only constant because change is about to happen throughout your life. You can't just keep on keeping the things at level. You can't just have control all over it. So the first response to change for the human mind is whether to embrace it or run away from it. Now it also depends on situation whether you want to embrace it or run away from it. But my reaction was always was running away from the change because I did not like change throughout my life. I was always worried about why people are changing, why this changing, why my course is changing, why my teachers are changing. But later on that stage, I got to know that change is really, really important for us to grow in certain aspects. Because my friends change, I got to know new people. I got to know new things from them. Because of my teacher change, I got to know about new learning styles, new ways of thinking, new ways of developing your uh, conscience. And all of this led me to become a different person that I am today. So we are nothing but the perception of the things that we take from each and everyone. And that's why change is important. I personally feel like change is important so that you can connect the dots of your life and become the person that you are today. So I would always embrace it. That's it from my side and back to the table topic.
So now, because of UPI, we don't have any that problem, change problem. Okay, so that was very nice topics that we discussed. So that is all from table topics. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, table topic master. Now, can we have a timer report?
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. So, to present the timer report for the table topic speakers. So, all the speakers are qualified except guest Shubhangi. She took 3 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Chandrakant took, Toastmaster Raghvendra took 1 minute 43 seconds. Toastmaster Nilesh took 2 minutes 16 seconds. Guest Sanika took 1 minute 34 seconds. And Toastmaster Nilesh took 1 minute 44 seconds. Toastmaster Deep took 1 minute 59 seconds. And Toastmaster Chandra took 2 minutes 4 seconds. Over to you, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suraj, for the detailed timing report. Now we will vote for our best speaker for the table topics. I will note down the name. Can Toastmaster Anish help me? Please raise the hands for Toastmaster Raghvendra. Can we raise the hand for Toastmaster Nilesh? Can we have hands for guest Sarika? Thanks. Please raise hand for Toastmaster Nikhil. Please raise hands for Toastmaster Deep. Can we have hands for Toastmaster Chandra? Thank you. Hope we received online polls as well. Thank you so much. Now we will moving ahead with the session. Now we will move ahead for the session for the reports from the grammarian. I would like. Okay. Okay. Now I would like to invite the evaluator for the speech of Toastmaster Deep. Toastmaster Nilesh, please come on the stage.
Hello.
Can we have a big round of applause for the Toastmaster Nilesh?
Hello. We can't see stage. Hello.
Presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. When we talk, we repeat what we already know. But when we listen, we may learn something new. That's what our today's speaker, Toastmaster Deep, tried to focus on. Listening skills. Listen and just see the magic. What a beautiful theme. What a beautiful topic, Toastmaster Deep, you chosen today. How interesting. We all always try to speak, and speak, but often forget or ignore to listen. Listening is an amazing skill, and very less people can afford it. And that's why our today's speaker, Toastmaster Deep, tried heavily to focus and to nurture everyone around us to concentrate and to learn effective techniques of listening skills. Couple of things which I really like about today's speech from Toastmaster Deep. One is the body language. How confident you are. You were standing straight over here and speaking with beautiful hand gesture, with confidence, with proper eye contact. That was an amazing. Secondly, I also love your voice modulation. You were taking proper pace, taking pause, throwing your dialogue, again coming back on the stage. That was beautifully done. Only one or two recommendations, Toastmaster Deep, I would like to give you over here. And this is as per my personal understanding. One, you had a time. You finishes your speech in 4 minutes and few seconds. You had a time. So you could have utilized that time more because your topic was beautiful. You had a great theme and you could have give more content to your speech wherein we could have resonate ourselves. We could have given real life examples. We could have given different techniques wherein we can apply in our personal life because this is generalized topic. Everybody is facing this problem. We may use it in personal life as well as in professional life. So you had a scope to enhance our knowledge in a better way. Second, as your topic was about listening skills, so there are different types of listening skills. So it would have been great if you could have also talked about the types of listening skills because this is something very important to know. Apart from that, I believe you were able to deliver your message in an effective way. We were able to understand what you were saying, and we were able to resonate with your feelings and with your body language. Overall, great speech. I would like to wish you all the best for your further speeches. Thank you, and over to you, TM.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nilesh. Now, to evaluate our second speaker, Toastmaster Raghvendra's speech, I would like to invite Toastmaster Chandra. Please give the big round of applause.
So, what an amazing speech. How to be in a win-win situation. Now, if I toss a coin, there is a 50% chance that I will either win or lose. But today, Toastmaster Raghavendra shared us how we can be always in a win-win situation when it comes to negotiation. An amazing speech delivered by Toastmaster Raghavendra. Let me highlight some good usage that I found out in his speech. In any speech, we want three things to be there: opening, body, and conclusion. And in the opening, he asked us a question, which is, how many of you think that your employer is giving you less money? Followed with a humorous joke of what employers think that they are always giving you more money than what you think. So any speaker has only 10 to 15 seconds to grab the audience attention. And he can do that either by using a joke or either by using a question. And Toastmaster Raghavendra used both in his just first 15 seconds of the speech. So I really liked his opening. Second part is the body of the speech. Any speech should have a story so that we can resonate with it. And Toastmaster Raghavendra shared the story of how he was working in an organization for almost 4 hours and he wanted his big appraisal. And for that, he had to negotiate the outcomes with his manager. As the project also says that, share some aspect of past or future negotiation, and he went ahead with the past negotiation. And he told us what is important for us to do in a negotiation aspect. What are the things that we have to keep in mind, and what are the things that we have control upon, and what are the some strategies that need to be incorporated when talking about the negotiation. And towards the end, he gave us a concrete message or a call to action that what you should do if you want to negotiate the outcome or if you want to negotiate with your employer regarding the raise. The key to action was prepare beforehand, ask question, and be ready with the work that you have done. That is the only way you will be getting raised, because that will be the way you will be able to recognize what was your work. So overall, a really good speech. I feel like he has achieved the objective of the project and really great job done. Now coming to the recommendation part. So the recommendation for me would be, there are only two recommendations that I have for Toastmaster Raghavendra. So first recommendation, in body part of the speech. In body part of the speech, I felt like there was more of a generalization in the speech rather than the personal story. So I was more focused on the personal story part. The personal story was really less when he was having the conversation with his employer. So I would encourage him to focus more on the story part so that the transition would get better throughout the story part of it. Second, I could see that he was moving throughout his stage movement was bit less. So his hand gesture was complete over there. He was talking to the left of the stage and right of the stage and even the center of the stage. This has been a complaint of it throughout the Toastmaster journey of Raghvendra, that he is not using the stage as much he can. So I want him to make the comfort zone maybe out a bit, maybe use 2 to 3 feet of the stage and deliver his speech. Apart from that, I don't have any recommendation to Toastmaster Raghvendra. One key thing that I would like to highlight is that the speech was complete impromptu, that he did not even prepare this speech. Unlike the table topic speeches, which are 1 to 2 minutes, this was a 5 to 7 minute speech and delivered the speech impromptu while doing the justice to the objective of the speech. So congratulations to Toastmaster Raghvendra. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you for the evaluation report. Now, can we have a timer report?
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. So both the evaluators are qualified for the voting. So Toastmaster Nilesh took 2 minutes 56 seconds and Toastmaster Chandra took 3 minutes 23 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, let's vote for the best evaluator. Do we have polls ready? Please vote for Toastmaster Nilesh. Please raise your. Please raise hand for Toastmaster Chandra. Thank you, everyone. Now, it's time to have a reports from the grammarian. I would like to invite Toastmaster Insia to share her grammarian report for the day.
Toastmaster of the day, presiding officer, Toastmasters, and guests. Again, a very good afternoon. Here I would be first presenting the usage of word of the day and phrase of the day for today. So as you can see that the word of the day was used by Toastmaster Anish, whereas the phrase of the day was used by couple of people. I could see Toastmaster Deep who used it 4 times, which is a great job done. Guest Shubhangi, Toastmaster Nikhil, and Toastmaster Sucheta. So I would first like to give a big round of applause for everybody who has taken efforts in using the word of the day and phrase of the day. However, I think there were times when the word of the day and the phrase of the day could have been used. For example, one of you mentioned that I have been working hard. So instead of that, you could have used I have been working day in, day out. Also, there was this one usage that I was very much demotivated. I was demotivated profusely. So this is how you can incorporate the word of the day and the phrase of the day in your speeches and the way you're speaking. Now let me go to the good usage and not so good usage of language today. So some of the words that I really liked was juggling, good reader, good leader. That has a very good rhyme to it. Compelling, negotiator, sparkle their life, color my life, starvation, perseverance are some of the really good usages that I could pick up. Now, as we all know that we are here to learn, so here I would also like to give some not so good usage of the language which could have been improved. Now, the first I could see the final message out of my speech. There you could have used the final message from my speech, or the final speech to take away from the final message to take away from my speech. That could have been a better usage. Both speakers qualified, both speakers are qualified. Please down your head, please keep your down head down, or please put your head down. It is some of the usages that you can use. Big thanks with heartfelt, a big heartfelt thanks, or a big heartfelt thank you is something that would have been more appropriate. She always she always motivated me, or if you wanted to use she always motivates me, if the person is still continuing to doing the same. Worked in 3 years, worked for 3 years. When I was born, she tried to humiliate us. She tried to humiliate us. She gave hard words. She used harsh words, are some of the usages that could have been made better. Now it's time for tip of the day, something that you can take away as a language evaluator. Now, we all know that there is a lot of confusion when to use than and when to use then. So than and then also is different when it's pronounced. So we need to make sure that when we are pronouncing it, we have that proper pronunciation. If we talk about than, it's basically something that we use, a word that we used conjunction when we are comparing two things. For example, I would rather go out to eat than eat at the dining hall. So when we are doing some kind of contrast or comparison, then is basically an adverb which we use, for example, at that time, or something which we are referring after, which is in a sequential format. For example, I studied for my exam for 7 hours and then I went to bed. So these are some of the examples, and I hope that you've taken uh, a lot of learning from today. And back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Insia, for the detailed grammarian report. Now it's time to have a report from the AHA counter Nikhil Dupekar.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Let me share my screen to present my report. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So in today's meeting, uh, there are three flawless speaker. You can see like Deep as a prepared speech, and in table topics speech, uh, he did not use any unnecessary sound or filler sound or filler word. Then Nilesh as an evaluator, Toastmaster Chandra as evaluator, they both were flawless speaker. Then in prepared speech, Raghvendra used and one time and three times. In table topic speeches, Raghvendra used two times, Nilesh used three times guest Sanika used three times guest Shubhangi used four times I could not hear Sergeant and Arms because of some audio issue in the start. So I could not count about his speech. Then Toastmaster of the Day, Sucheta, she spoke two times. Then grammarian Toastmaster Insia, she said one time. President or presiding officer Toastmaster Chandra, he said one time in his presidential or presiding officer speech. Then timer Suraj, he used so one time and two times. Table topic master Chandrakant, he used one time. So this is my final counter report, and I would suggest couple of suggestions to reduce whatever crutch like this unnecessary filler sounds or words we use. Like if you are giving prepared speech, you can prepare it properly, then definitely you will be able to reduce your ahs and ums with great percentages. And second suggestion I would like to give, like if you don't have any substance, just keep quiet, don't say anything, just keep quiet, and then you will be able to reduce unnecessary filler sounds and words. So thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nikhil. It was very detailed report and sharing the lesson learned. Now it's time to invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Anish, for her general evaluation report. Please give the big round of applause for the Toastmaster.
Thank you, everyone. So I'm going to present this general evaluation for today's meeting. Now, whatever I'm going to say, these are my suggestions, these are my recommendations. I might be right, I might be wrong, but if you agree with me, you can follow these suggestions. To start off, I was the sergeant at arms. The meeting was 5 minutes late. We should definitely not do that. We should always be on time. However, due to some circumstances where the room was not available, it was unavoidable and we could not start on time. But still, kudos to Toastmaster of the Day. We are still within our schedule, within our time. As Sergeant at Arms, I would not recommend anything else. It would be wrong on my end to comment or recommend anything for myself. So I would start off with the presiding officer's address. Presiding officer's address uh, was connected with the theme. So a good job done over there. The guest introductions were taken in time and everyone was felt welcome and warm. Just one suggestion to presiding officer, probably we can avoid any announcement at the initial start of the meeting. We can have announcements at the end of the meeting. Then moving on to the timer of the day. Timer showed, I think you are playing this role for the first time. So a good job done there. You showed the timer cards correctly, you timed the speakers correctly, and you explained the roles correctly. Just one tip I could give you is, while we are doing the role for the first time, we can just maybe initially stick to the script, and then as and when we move on, as and when we get better with the roles, we could add in our perspectives, our little flavors. But anyway, a good job done. Kudos to you. Then we'll move on to the R counter. R counter report. I think Toastmaster Nikhil also played the role for the first time. I'm not exactly sure, but a really good job done there. The report was crisp. Before that, he explained the role really well. Then he mentioned flawless speakers. There were no speakers who used 5+ times R's and ums. So there was no need to mention that. And then most importantly, he gave a tip to reduce the filler sound. So good job done over there. Then moving on to grammarian, Toastmaster Insia explained her role well. She kept the words very simple and easy, so it was easy to use for all. The report she mentioned was very crisp, covered everything. She took care of good usage, poor usage, and she also gave a tip, which we often confuse then and there. So good job done there, Toastmaster Insia. Just one suggestion for you, Toastmaster Insia, is that while you are explaining your rule, to mention the rule where we ask people to use their thumbs to give people thumbs up, so that it's encouraging for all people who are using the word of the day and phrase of the day. Then moving on to our evaluators. Evaluator 1, Toastmaster Nilesh, used the CRC approach for delivering his evaluation. He covered everything of what the speaker had to say, the structure, and what all went into speech. He did not go much in depth with that, but that is all right. He also gave certain action items over there. One tip that I could give him is, in this case, it might not be applicable, because the speech, the recommendations were not such where he could show examples. The recommendations were that you could something about time. So I'm not sure how you could show it in example, but in future, if you are giving recommendation, maybe you can tell something with example. That makes it easy for the speaker to apply the recommendations. Then moving on to our second evaluator, Toastmaster Chandra. He also used the CRC approach. I like structure he used for Toastmaster Raghvendra's speech, that is opening, body, and conclusion. And he stuck to that structure, and he gave his CRC approach using that structure. Just one recommendation over there to Toastmasters Chandra. While explaining the body, you repeated some items which were already spoken in speech, and that ate some of your time. Even though you finished it on time, but there is still a chance that you might end up going overboard. So you can reduce talking about the speech a little less, and then focus on overall recommendations that you have. Then moving on to the table topic master. I think table topic master, you played the role for the first time. Yeah, so a good job done over there. You explained the rules. Your topics were related to the theme, and they were easy for everyone to understand and relate to. Just one recommendation that I could give you is energy. You had energy, but you can put in some more energy. Anyway, a good job done over there. And now finally moving on to the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day, a very good theme chosen, and absolutely loved your idea of asking people to come here on stage and express gratitude. I'm sure that everyone in this room had a moment to think about why they are grateful to, who they are grateful to. And gratitude is one of the most important things in life. So a really good theme, and you followed it up with a good exercise for all. So kudos, a big round of applause for that idea. Your energy when you started was excellent. You used voice modulation to have everyone uh, pay attention to you. Good job done over there. Everything was in sync with agenda. You had a story also in the initial introduction that kept us hooked. You explained the meeting format really well. Honestly, I don't have any recommendations for you. Good job done. So that's all I have from my report. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for the detailed reports. Now we will do the votings for the role players, auxiliary role players. So we will start with the voting for the role players. Please raise hand for the Sergeant in Arms, Anish. Please raise your hand for General Evaluator. Category is role players. Auxiliary में General Evaluator. Okay. So now, please vote for the timer, Suraj. Please raise your hand to vote. Our counter, Nikhil. Please raise your hand to our grammarian, Insia. Thank you. Now for the role players, please raise your hand for the general evaluator, Toastmaster Anish. Please raise your hands for table topic master Chandrakant. Please raise your hand for TMOD Sucheta. Thank you. Now votings are done. Now I would like to hand over this stage with the saying, don't miss to thank your mother, don't miss to thank your father, and don't miss to thank your partner who is running around with you to achieve your goals. Thank you. Show your gratitude to everyone, each one of you meet, because you know, when we bend, our weight is increasing. As you can see the tree, whenever they have fruits, they bend down. So try to lean yourself. Show the gratitude to everyone. Thank you so much for the engaging session and listening me throughout the meeting. Now I'd like to hand over the stage to our Toastmaster President, Toastmaster Chandrashekhar. Big round of applause.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sucheta, for such an amazing team and such an amazing meeting hosted by her. Can we have a big round of applause for her as well? Now, let us start with how our guest felt about today's meeting. But before we do that, a small announcement I want to make is that Toastmaster Sonika has joined our club and she is our newest member of our club. So can we have a big round of applause for her as well? You will be getting your mentor soon and you will be having the induction session this week most probably. Welcome you to the club and I hope you enjoy the further coming meetings. Now let us start with how our guest felt about today's meeting. So do we have guest Shubhangi on screen? Toastmaster Anish, do we have guest Shubhangi? Guest Shubhangi, are you there? Would you like to tell how did you feel about today's meeting?
Yeah, hi. So yeah, it's a totally new experience for me. So I have just learned a very big thing, that is a good listener. Because seriously, at the time of one activity, that is a table topic, I just forgot to heard in the very starting stage how much time we need to take. So that will reflect into my exit from the nomination of there. So it is a small learning, but I really this is one thing which I learned. And the second thing which motivate to me is a sorry. So the big thing which motivates to me is a grammatical stage where I have seen lot of mistake might be I have done, but it's a really good stage which shows me where I am doing wrong and where improvement is needed. So it's really a good, and really thanks to the Sucheta to encourage us for each and everything in such a nice way. So very first time, I hope so I'm able to at least participate in all the things. So really thanks for all of you. Thank you, President. Thanks.
Thank you so much, guest. Thank you so much for joining today's meeting. And I wish you that you would join further meetings also and hope to see you soon become a Toastmaster as well. Now, as the results are being prepared, so I would like to ask those who were remaining that have not shared what they wrote on the note. So I would ask them to come on the stage and share about it. So let's start with Toastmaster Sanika.
So yeah, already have as everybody have already mentioned that they're grateful for their families. I am grateful for my family as well. I am grateful for my parents, my family, my friends. So starting with my mom, giving the example of just today, I was running late for the Toastmasters session. I was shouting at home that give me this and that, and my mom was ready with everything. So these are the little efforts that we don't acknowledge in the day-to-day basis. But yeah, I would like to be very grateful to my mom for that. Also, my dad for being supportive, for motivating me, for encouraging me, and being there throughout the journey, and my friends with whom I can be myself without any filters. I can literally say whatever I want. They help me to clarify my thoughts and be motivated for the coming things. So that's it. Thank you.
Now I would like to call Toastmaster Suraj also to share what he has written on the glittering notes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chandra. So I would like to thank my mother, my father for giving me the birth and making me capable of doing all the things and leading this amazing life. And also I wanted to thank each one of the person who has come into my life, who has helped me to learn and unlearn the things. This has helped me to learn few more things which can be helpful for my future life, and unlearn the things which I can omit and which is not helpful further in my life. And also I wanted to thank Toastmaster Pune Northwest Club to give me this platform and opportunity to improve further in public speaking. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suraj. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Chandrakant, the OG. I'm just Chandra. So let's see what he has written.
Yeah. I mean, it's for me especially, it's a very obvious that we always say thanks for our parents, our friends, because everyone is all of us. It is always there. But I like to thank the problem that I have had in my life. Right? So the problems gives you an opportunity to overcome through, and that gives you learning, and which really brings some potential out of you. So, and I witnessed it actually. I had a lot of problems. You see, for example, you just try to crack the exam, try to get a job, new job. You work hard day in and day out. Then you go for, then you, as a result, you got something. And that is a point you think that it's a celebration, but again, it's more than celebration. There is another byproduct, that is the experience. And only because of problems, I got so much experience that I'm ready to take a new, ready to solve new problems. So I have really thankful the problems that I had in my life.
Now let us move ahead with the moment of glory. So we will be sharing the digital certificate via email and to the WhatsApp also. So for today's meeting, we had two speakers, and the best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Deep. So can anyone take picture, as we don't have Toastmaster Mayuresh today? So can anyone take picture with Toastmaster Deep? Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, quick gratitude to two people or persons, I can say, in my life. One is my boss, second is my baby. Boss, who actually suggested me to join Toastmaster Club. Baby, who actually given me a purpose in my life to grow and see this beautiful one. Thank you. Thank you.
The best evaluator award goes to Toastmaster Nilesh. I would request him to stay on the stage because there is one more award that he is really receiving. Uh, no cases for the guesses. It's for best table topic speaker as well. Now comes the best auxiliary role player award, and that goes to our language related Toastmaster in SIA. Congratulations, Toastmaster in SIA. The picture taken. Yes. And the last, which is the best role player award, we don't have to make any guesses. We know that who the winner is our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sucheta. Now I'd like to thank all of you for coming down this meeting, all the guests and all the members. And I would encourage each and everyone to come more to the meetings at the physical location so that we can increase the count of the physical member attending the meeting as we are trying to transition from hybrid to complete physical. So we highly appreciate that if you do that. With that, I would like to call this meeting as adjourned and we can have group picture. I would request everyone to come forward on the stage. Yes, everybody come forward. I will.